First of all, I normally tape with the phone, but I respond to comments on the PC. But the PC ain't coming up. For some reason, it's not showing up on my list of shows upcoming. And I thought it was because I needed to restart the app or whatever. But that's not the case. So there has to be a way for me to be able to do this. To access the show on the PC. It's still talking about its processing for the show last night. I don't know what's going on. But so I won't be typing in any comments. We're gonna have to rock out the way we rock out. Let me see. Get everything together here. Get everything together. Damn. So I can't pin the number on this, to call in. I can't pin that. Okay. Well, we're gonna do the best that we can. That's what we're gonna do. We just gonna do the best that we can. So let's go. No, I said no. Let's go. We good? I'm just making sure, y'all know we've had many instances here where I swore I'm just jamming to y'all and y'all ain't hear nothing. So I want to make sure. I just want to make sure that we straight out here. All right, let's go. You know what? I gotta get it together. I gotta. Yo, if y'all with me, yo, let me hear you holler. If y'all with me, yo, let me hear you holler. If you with me, yo, let me hear you holler. We gon' do this for free, won't cost no dollars. If you with me, yo, let me hear you holler. If you with me, yo, let me hear you holler. If you with me, yo, let me hear you holler. We gon' do this for free, won't cost no dollars. Everybody just come on along. We gon' do this thing, yo, brand new song. Make sure that y'all like it, no gong. Y'all know what I'm talking about, yo. We riding out, Yo, everything's gonna be alright. Why? Cause I said so. We gon' get by. We ain't gotta get high, no substances. Everything is gonna be alright, you know it is. Yo, my name is Sun75. With the two behind that, you know that I've tried to do this thing for a long time. So sometimes gotta break out with a new rhyme. Yo, check this one out for size. We're gonna make sure when I look into your eyes, I don't despise nobody, ain't hating. But I'ma get to this bag and I ain't waiting. Yo, no debating, ain't no arguing. Yo, I'm into a whole lot of real stuff. But I ain't no weirdo and I ain't calling bluff. If you're here and you're ready to do this thing, make sure that you pay homage to the king. No, the king ain't me, yo, hold your head. Yo, everything's gonna be alright for bad. And it's really all good for the time being, yo. All knowing, all seeing like an oracle structure. Never have I bucked you down. Bow, 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 yo. Listen to this beat as I play it. Yo, listen to the rhyme as I say it. Ain't a whole lot of lyrical content, but y'all gonna understand everything I meant. So as we get to the bag, yo, don't be behind, don't lag. Yo, y'all know how we do. Yo, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, somebody's trying to interrupt. No. You kids no love yet. Right now, I'm really just trying to sit. But don't make me upset. Yeah. Are we good, y'all? Hit the like button, y'all. Get the likes up. Yeah. What? Yo. Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Saturday from 1:30 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish or 3:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. What's good, y'all? How y'all feeling on this Saturday afternoon? Today, we are talking about I'm not interested, but I'll support. So basically, what we're going to be talking about today is when you have friends, loved ones, family members, children, or whatever that are interested in a particular activity or an area of interest to them. They may really be passionate about something that they're into. And it might be something that you don't really care about at all. It might be something that you don't really care about at all, but you still put it down for them. You still show interest for them. You still participate for them. You still support for them. You may even financially support for them. It's all about them. You know how it is. You know how it is. But there might be, there might be times when, because you're totally uninterested in whatever is going on, that you don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to support. You don't want to be down, and you're not going to. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I really, I'm struggling with this because I can't see y'all the way that I want to see y'all. And I know that sometimes on, when I'm taping on the phone, okay. So I know that y'all can hear me. Sometimes when I'm taping on the phone, the chat will kind of phase out or whatever, or go down, and I have to restart the app on the phone. So if y'all hear like a pause or you see like the circle going around, it's because I have to restart it. But I have to know, like, if there's a portion of the show where nobody is really talking or whatever, y'all might just be listening, but not really being interactive. And I'll mess around and think that, oh, maybe the stream is down, or maybe I can't see the comments or whatever. It's happened many times. So anyway, interested, but let me make sure. Let me get it together, because this is a struggle. Wait a minute. Why is it not saying that it's here? Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn. All right. Okay. All right. This is what are y'all seeing on y'all screen? Because I'm getting a black screen. So let me do this. Okay. Are we good? Y'all hear me? Everything? The audio straight? What up, Jeff Sprayberry? My brother Ansel Jones. Cheryl Halsey. Kadala. Dimples D's. All right. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. We just gonna have to go ahead and start this. You know what I mean? Y'all know I'm not a big fan of technical difficulties or whatever, because I put a lot of time into trying to set things up in the right way. And when they don't go the way that I sketched them up, sometimes I get a little funny about it. But as long as y'all can hear me or whatever, I can't put up a poll question. I can't pin the number. Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? This is generic. Let me see if I could. Like, if I'm signed in as myself, let me see if there's a way that I can get this thing to do what I wanted to do, even if I'm not on my PC. You got to be resourceful out here these days. All right, so I put the number in. What the fuck? Let me see if I can pin the number. Oh, I can. Okay, bet. Okay. I can pin the number. What else can I do? Okay, all right. That seems to be wait a minute. Let me see if I can do this. View channel, quality. Okay. That's about it. That's about it. All right. So we're talking about, things that you may not be personally interested in, but you understand that somebody else is really passionate about it. So, you jump in there a little bit. I want to ask y'all this though. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing here. I got nothing. This is weird because if I go, okay, let me try this. Let me try this. Okay. Okay. There you go. All right. All right. I found my way in. And it looks like I can do the things that I want to do. It was weird that it wasn't on my app that on the PC, but so this is what I wanted to ask y'all. Please hit the like button, but that's not what I wanted to ask y'all. What I wanted to ask y'all is when you know somebody, you like somebody, you care about somebody that's really into something that you're not into. Like their thing is their thing and your thing is your thing. And their thing is not jiving with your thing. So you don't have any personal interest in the things that they're doing, but you're not against what they're doing. It just may not be your thing. Like let's say your friend or your spouse or your significant other or somebody like that is really, really into a sport that you're not familiar with. Maybe you're into the big four of sports, which is football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. Maybe you are associated with somebody that's into like lacrosse or cricket or rugby or something like that. That may not be an American popular sport, but this is what they do. Do you show interest in it or try to show interest in it, or do you just say, well, look, that's your thing, you know what I mean? You do you and whatever. Do you put forth an effort to try to, find common ground with the thing that they may be so engulfed in, entrenched in, passionate about? It could be crafting. You know how some people are really, really into crafting? And I think that people who are into crafting are very interesting. And I think that they are, I think that they really love what they do. I think that they're super, super creative. But I might not be into the things that they're crafting. I might not be into the thing that they're doing. That may not be my thing. That may be their thing. Like, that's your thing. Your thing is your thing. And my thing is my thing. But that doesn't mean I won't, show any interest in it. It doesn't mean that I won't. It doesn't mean that I'm going to blow it off or anything like that. You know what I mean? What about y'all? How do y'all feel about that type of situation? When somebody is really, really into something hard body and you're not associated with it at all. Like, you might even think the shit is corny or whack. Maybe you feel like as long as it's not a bad thing to do, then go ahead, man, do your thing. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but how do y'all feel about that? How do y'all handle those types of situations? All right. And so said, we see you type in on the phone. Sound is good. All right. Appreciate that. Good looking out, my bro. It says, coworker asked you to go to the Commanders versus Giants game. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now, I would imagine that you're probably a Ravens fan because that would make sense. They won 2 Super Bowls and they got a good team, even though I don't know what's up with Lamar Jackson, man. I don't understand. He like the best, but he can't beat Mahomes. Like, what is it? Why can't he beat Mahomes? Well, anyway, So I can see like if you're not a Commanders fan, maybe you think they whack, or a Giants fan and they are whack. Yeah, why would you want to go to the game? Now, you know how some people are just straight up and down NFL fans. So they any NFL game that comes on or any coverage, they all into it. Like they can't miss an episode of Sports Center or any of those other sports shows that showcase NFL games. Some people are like that. Like some people I know don't even bet on games, but they are so deep into the NFL that that's all they talk about. That's all they do. That's all they watch. That like they might be deep into that. So yeah, like how do you handle a situation like that where you don't have any interest in either of these teams? Like they not your teams. But I mean, maybe you'll still go to the game, but would you pay to go? Like I'm not paying to see no. I'm not paying what it costs to get into no Commanders game. I'm not paying what it costs to get into the Commanders stadium. FedEx, they still in FedEx Field, right? Right? They still in FedEx. Over in Landover, Maryland. Ain't they supposed to be building a new stadium in DC so they don't have to go to Maryland no more? They don't have to go to Maryland no more. Even though, I mean, they say DC ain't Maryland. And they say it's not Virginia. I'm like, prove it. Prove it. But yeah, how do you handle a situation where you don't have any interest in what somebody is doing, but so what's your approach to it? Like, what do you do about it? Because this can happen with your kids. For example, my daughter, she likes bugs. She loves insects. She really likes animals, period. But she likes bugs. Like, I mean, straight up bugs. I remember I took her to, I remember one year, not all that long ago, I took her to, this is when Toys R Us was still open. And I'm thinking like, she going, want some electronics, maybe. I don't remember her playing with dolls like that. She was never really into dolls. But she was in the other, no. My daughter used to like what I used to call noisy toys. All the toys that she liked were noisy. So, but she loved bugs. So I took her to Toys R Us, and I was like, all right, whatever you want in here, just let me know. She passed all the bikes. She passed all the game consoles. She passed all of the regular toys. She went straight to this ant farm. She was like, Dad, can we get this? Can we get this? I picked up the box like, an ant farm? She was like, yeah. If you could have seen the way her eyes lit up about this ant farm, she was like, I was like, all right, what else you want? She was like, nothing. I was like, do you want to look around a little bit more? She was like, no. She wanted this ant farm. And it didn't come with the ants. She had to order the ants. She had to order the ants. So I was like, She called her mom. She was like, Mom, I got an ant farm. We have to order the ants. I can't wait till I get home. I was like, oh, okay. I was happy that I made her happy. And in the back of my mind, I was like, ants? Ants? I just paid for some ants? I got ants at the crib. They're very invasive. You know what I mean? They come from my backyard. They just march up in here like, like they own the place. I wouldn't put up with that shit with roaches. Why I got to put up with it with ants? And here I am making friends with the ants because of my daughter. Oh, no, that's not going to go. So, because she was so interested in it, I was, I was like, all right, that's okay. That's what we doing. We doing ants. We're anting. You know what I'm saying? But I realized because of the ant farm, she was really into insects. All animals. She can't have a cat at her crib. They got an anti-cat crib, so she got like 14 birds. No bullshit. Parakeets, finches. She got like, I don't know, 10, 11 finches, some shit like that. They be dying, replenishing. You know what I mean? The birds is burden. Carla says, plenty of ants where I live in South Carolina. They're free. That's what I was thinking. We had to order the ants. Yeah, I was like, we can get free ants. Let's put something in the ant farm to make them come in there. I'm sure we could get them in there. Put some poison in there for them bastards. Carla says, sometimes, but not often, I go along to get along, which is understandable, which is totally understandable. Let me do this poll question, y'all. Let me see. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. Okay. All right. This is the poll question. There's the poll question right there, y'all. When someone who you care about is into something that you care nothing about, what do you do? Act interested for them? Let them do their own thing? Support as long as it doesn't cost you anything? Or try to get into it for their sake? Like, I think for me, it changes. Like in the case where somebody is into something and I love the person, I really care about them and I want to be supportive of them, I'm going to try to see where they're coming from. I'm going to try to see what is it about what they're doing that makes them so passionate about it to the point where it consumes a lot of their attention or their time or whatever. So, yeah, that's if I really care about you. If it's somebody that yeah, I'll just say this: I'm not likely to just blow off whatever you're into, like it's stupid, or I'm not going to, even if I criticize it, like, yo, that's kind of weird. I'm not going to diss you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to try to make it seem like, I don't know. How can I say it? I'm not going to demean you for being into whatever you're into. Let's just put it that way. This stupid cup of mine is acting a fool, and I'm not interested in sipping from it if it's going to keep dripping. So somewhere this seal ain't right. Now, y'all don't have to care about that. You understand? Ansel says, I know nothing about cyberspace at all. How? You on the internet right now? That's cyberspace. I know you know something. You know something. Okay, we good now. We good now. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Please hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. You know, just get them thumbs up. Get them likes up. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. I ain't gonna ask for nothing else. I ain't gonna ask for nothing else. Dimple D says, I'll support them. Being different is sometimes a good thing. I agree. And I agree. I respect the fact that just because something hasn't been introduced to me or something isn't attractive to me doesn't mean I can't show any interest in it. It doesn't mean that I have to blow it off. It doesn't mean that I have to be rude and dismissive about it. And some people are like that, unfortunately. Some people are like, well, I ain't into that shit. This shit is corny. Shit is dumb or whatever. And it can be very insulting. And that's a good way. That's a fast way and a good way to build a wedge between you and somebody that you probably used to be cool with. And I say used to be cool with because when somebody is really passionate about something, some people, when they're really passionate about something, they expect other people to at least respect it. And if you can't even muster up a little respect for something that somebody is deeply into, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. Tell me that's cool. That's not cool. No. Not cool, man. Not cool. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Some bullshit. So, this is what I'm going to have to do. Damn cup want to act the fool. I'm not interested in what the cup is interested in. All right. So yeah. Yeah, that's a really fast track way of, putting a dent in a relationship that probably would have otherwise been good, would have been decent, would have been, workable or whatever. And and that's also a way to make somebody stop liking you that probably used to like you before. Now, sometimes the thing that people might be really interested in or passionate about might be another person. Now, we're in the internet age, we're in the social media age where people are into their celebrity relationships and their celebrity lives and shit like that, there are a lot of people who give a shit about that. Like anytime I go on Facebook and I'll see people, oh, okay, like this morning, I went on Facebook and I saw some chick, and the chick, like, she ain't no young girl. She ain't no young girl. She gotta be close to 50 years old. Real shit. At the very least, she's 45. At the very least. And she was talking about the beef between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. And I was like, what? First of all, who cares? Who cares? But second of all, I'm like, how are you young enough to give a fuck about that? And she went on to explain everything and how Nicki was right and Cardi was wrong. And I was like, okay. Now, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I could never be with a woman that could go there. There's no way I could be with somebody who could go there. Like, you into these celebrity dealings and relationships. I could see if you were in the industry and somehow it affected you because, you know, you could be in that position at some point or whatever, because they make money off of their beefs and all of that kind of stuff. People buy things based on their feelings about celebrities and what they're going through. But I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. That's her thing. That's her thing, evidently. I don't know if that's the only celebrity thing that she was mixed up in, but that was her thing. To the point where she posted this shit and expected other people to you know, be into it too. And I read the comments on the page. I read the comments on the page. And one of the comments was from a cousin of hers. And the cousin was like, cousin, you don't need to be worried about these people and what they into, because the shit that they're into is going to do nothing but send them to hell. And I was like, I thought she was going to start saying, like, you know, you too old to be into this bullshit, and their lives don't have nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? What they doing is what they doing. You need to concentrate on what. That's not what she said. She went the straight religious route on her. I was like, oh shit. I wasn't expecting that. Got blindsided. Cheryl Halsey says, sorry, not a people pleaser, respectfully. I ain't mad at you. Carla says, your facial expressions are priceless. You should see the ones I make when ain't nobody around. Even I don't see them. But I know that they be doing something. Ansel says, I don't watch any reality shows. Facebook is mine. Now, exactly. Now, but you know that there are plenty of people that are really into reality TV. And they don't give a shit that shit is not really reality. They like what it brings, what it says to them, how it speaks to them. They like how it makes them feel. That's something that they can get into. That's something that they can get into. Evidently, people like me and you don't have to like it. We don't have to like it. They like it for us. But where I was going to go with this was, I brought up the example about the chick on Facebook all into this Nicki Minaj and Cardi B beef. But what about people? grown women, grown women. Now, I have to say grown women because I don't know any men that do this or that are into this thing. But the singer Beyonce. I don't care what Beyonce say. I don't care what Beyonce do. I said I don't care what Beyonce say. I don't care what Beyonce do. But there's some people that are so deep into Beyonce that if you have anything negative to say about Beyonce, they don't want to be friends with you no more. Like, I've seen people, no bullshit. I have seen people stop being friends with people over their criticism of a Beyonce. Now that's crazy. When the greatest pop superstar on earth was alive, Michael Jackson, people who loved Michael Jackson would accept that you didn't like Michael Jackson. They thought you were crazy. They thought you were stupid. They may have thought that you were a hater, even before we started using words like hater, but they accepted that you didn't like them. With people who are deep, diving, diehard Beyonce fans, they are not trying to hear that you don't like Beyonce, and they don't want to hear none of that criticism. On some real shit, there have been crimes, actual crimes committed by people who were fans of they were in the Beehive, because that's what her fan club or her fandom, is branded, the Beehive. There have been people who have committed violence, serious violence over this type of shit, because somebody spoke negatively online about Beyonce. Now, that's fanaticism that I don't know nothing about. But that's definitely something that we would have to take a look at as far as being interested in something and you don't give a shit about it. And next thing you know, you getting knocked upside your head or maybe seriously hurt. Because you said, oh, man, Beyonce, she whack. She can't really sing. Carla says, no Beehive for me. No Beehive for you. No Beehive for me. Like, that shit doesn't exist in my world. But I do understand that in some people's world, it's major. Like, this is their thing. This is not something that they do in passing. So let me see. Have there been crimes committed against people because of the Beehive? I didn't ask that right. No. Okay. Are Beyonce fans violent towards people who don't like Beyonce? Okay. It says, while there isn't evidence of a systemic campaign of violence by Beyonce fans against non-fans, there have been instances of physical altercations between fans at concerts, such as the brawl at the start of the Cowboy Carter tour in 2025. These incidents involve fans becoming aggressive and physical with each other, but the causes often aren't directly related to someone not liking Beyonce, but rather other disputes. Interesting. Fan passion and discord. Intense fandom. All right. Okay. I know I saw this movie. I saw this movie before. And the movie was about this girl who was going online finding people who criticized Beyonce. They didn't say Beyonce. They didn't say Beyonce in the movie, but you could put two and two together. And she was killing people. Straight up and down. She was straight up killing people. You know, she would find them and kill them. And they say it was based on a true story, but it wasn't based on a true story concerning Beyonce. It was Shakira. But in the movie, it was a Beyonce type of character. It was definitely Beyonce. But they said it was based on a true story. I'm putting this cup up to my face. I'm putting this cup up to my face like I'm 5 years old. I gotta drink this shit with 2 hands. Like, can I Mom, cash some? Cash some, Mom? Cash some? That was good, Mom. Fuck, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. This is some hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. All right. But yeah, like, but that's a situation where somebody might really be into something that I'm not into, and it could cause a real problem. It could drive a wedge between us. It could make us stop being friends. And more than likely, I mean, it's definitely not going to make me stop being friends with you. But you don't know how emotionally invested somebody else is into that thing that they're interested in. And sometimes the thing that somebody is emotionally invested in is another person. So, I mean, you ever deal with somebody that talks about their significant other all the time? Everything that comes out of their mouth has something to do with they man or they woman or they spouse or whatever. You be like, I mean, I've heard of the greatest love of all, but this is type ridiculous. This is type ridiculous. And you might wonder how somebody could be into somebody else that heavily. But it happens. Though. What's up, Stacy White? How you feeling, Ma? Good to see me some you. And Tori 2200, what up? What up? Thanks for coming on by. Appreciate y'all. Mucho. So we're talking about, I'm not interested, but I'll support. I'm not interested, but I'll support. Now, when you really think about being interested in something, but I mean, when you really think about how you might not really be interested in something, but you still support it, that's not a small thing. It's not. That's not a small thing to do, because most people don't want to have anything to do with something that they're not interested in. Like, yo, I'm not going to no fucking hookah bar. I'm not going to the hookah bar. You know what, man? Y'all a little quiet in here today. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just do my thing. I'm not going to the hookah bar. Not going to the hookah bar. Not going to the hookah bar. 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 I'm not going to the hookah bar no more. I'd rather go to the smoke store. Yo, y'all be smoking that shit. And to me, it stinks a little bit. What are y'all smoking for real? Does it get you high? Does it appeal to your senses in some way? Y'all look gay. Going to the motherfucking hookah bar, baby. Going to the hookah bar, baby. Going to the hookah bar tonight. Yo, that ain't right. My girl goes to the hookah bar. She be putting the thing in the mouth like she a star. Superhead. Giving superhead to the guy. Yo. At the hookah bar tonight, baby. At the hookah bar tonight, baby. Hookah bar tonight, what? Yo, at the hookah bar, I saw you. You was trying to get up on Omar. I was like, you was a flea. I was what I'm about to be. I don't fuck with this hookah bar shit. I just came out to support, cause that's legit. Yeah, my peoples, they be liking this smoking. I ain't with that shit. That shit be having me choking. And I can't be around this shit cause I'm allergic to this motherfucker. So I'm away from it. So I'm going on home. I'm about to lose this hookah bar alone. Yeah, I came by myself. I'm leaving by myself. I'm concerned about my health. Y'all smoking this shit. Y'all all gonna get cancer at least a little bit. Leave a hookah bar alone, baby. Leave the hookah bar alone, baby. Leave the hookah bar alone. Hookah bar, yeah. Hookah bar, yeah. Hookah bar, yeah. Hookah bar, ah. Hookah bar, baby. Hookah bar. Yeah. What you know about going to the hookah bar? Going to the hookah bar. Put the shit in the hookah bar. Why it smell like that hookah bar? Yo, the hookah bar. Hookah bar, baby. Hookah bar, baby. Hasta la vista. And tonight, performing live at the hookah bar, Sun 752 and them, 552 and them, 752 and them, 552 and them. Y'all, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna win today. I'm gonna win this. Hold on. I got y'all. All right, let's go. I got y'all. Nah. Okay, let's go. 552 and them. 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 My name is Sun. Last name 52. Yo, come on here, you know how we do. Yo, we talking about the hookah bar. Yo, yeah, that's where I'm at. I see you there with the hookah. Yeah, I see you, Booka. Hookah bar tonight. Yo, let's get it right. Yeah. Who is it, y'all? 552 in them. 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 I got it and I'm doing them. 552 in 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 them. Yo, I caught them out there and I'm behind them pursuing them. 552, you know how we do. Y'all niggas crazy be sniffing the blue. At the hookah bar, we was trying to get right. I ain't fucking with y'all make motherfuckers tight. Yo, tight. Yo, tight, get it right. Fuck is y'all talking about in this joint? Yo, 5-2 niggas got it going on. 5-2 and them when they came through. You know what's about to happen and what we about to do. Yo, I pursue this shit just like a cop. But if a cop's around, this motherfucker stop. All right. We good? We good? All right. Run the shout outs. Okay. hold on. Mia Cunningham, what's good? She says, if it's not harmful stuff that makes me uncomfortable, I can go along to help out. That's what's up. Ansel says, new song alert. Cool. Mia says, not your girl giving head to the hookah pipe, yo. She was giving head to the hookah pipe like Donald Trump was giving head to the microphone last year when he was campaigning. And they still voted for that motherfucker. Like, how? Your president gives head to microphones. You ain't supposed to bless the mic that way. Tori 2200. Who is 552? No, that's just 52. And my first name son, last name 52. Middle name 7. What? That's how we doing it. That's how we doing it. All right. Those beats sound. That's what's up. All right, man. T. Carey said, she said, he's 5'2" and we're in them. You ain't never done lied. Alright. Okay. Okay. So, alright. So, back to our regularly scheduled program. We was talking about the hookah bar. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I think that hookah shit is a little weird. But if you really want to talk about something weird, all right. So a lot of people smoke weed. Now you might puff a little bit sometimes, you know what I mean? You know, if you're in the mood. But you know, I don't know if y'all have ever known anybody that was so much in the weed, they doing more than just getting high. Like, it's like they want to smoke every kind of weed from every country. They know all about the different strands and how much THC is and what, and you know what you should be smoking at certain times to get you in certain moods, put you in a certain headspace and all of that. Now you like, I come from an era when you just went and got a nick or a dime bag and rolled it up and smoked it. And you got high. We didn't even used to pick the seeds out of the weed. We would smoke the seeds. We called it that snap, crackle, and pop. Like, yo, you got all these seeds, you know. Shout out to everybody that used to bitch about all the seeds being in the weed. Like, yo, you rolling all these damn seeds. Ain't no weed in this weed. Ain't nothing but seeds in the weed. Ain't nothing but seeds in the weed. Shout out to all of y'all who remember them days. Shout out to all of y'all who remember them days. But, you know, so, you know, deep diving weed heads are weird. They ain't. First of all, they look like they smoke weed. And they look like they smoke too much. And I don't know, do y'all remember this magazine that the serious weed heads used to read back in the day? What was it called? High Times? High Times? Wait a minute, what was that shit called? It was called... What was that popular weed smoking magazine back in the day? High Times. That's what it was called. High Times. And I remember this shit all the way back in 1991. Cause when you go to college students are always going to find college students that's into some shit too much than they should be. And back then, 1991, black dudes and white dudes, they used to read this magazine called High Times. And it had all of this information about marijuana and why it should be legal, and they were talking about the medicinal properties of weed and all that kind of stuff. So I guess some of it they were right about, because it came into fruition, and for the most part, weed may not be totally legal in every state in the United States, but it's definitely nowhere near the crime that it used to be. But at the end of the day, when somebody get high too much, they get high too much. But they might be so much into the weed that you like. So weed smoking for you is like wine tasting to somebody that's into that. And have you ever known anybody that was into wine tasting? First of all, the motherfuckers are uppity as hell. You can't tell wine drinkers shit. Why? Why do you think that you are a better, more refined alcoholic because you drink wine instead of beer, instead of liquor, when liquor is quicker? So wine tasters, they be trying to tell you, oh no. They be trying to tell you the differences between the cheap wines, the good wines, just like the weed, the wines that'll put you in the mood. And they claim that wine doesn't get you drunk. I was like, any alcoholic beverage will get you drunk if you drink enough of it, but wine will get you drunk fast, from what I know. I used to drink wine. When I was a drinker, I would go get like that big, not a fifth. It was more like a half a gallon of like some Chardonnay. Turn that shit up. I couldn't drink the whole thing in one. That shit would have you so blasted. And if I drunk it on Friday, I'd be drunk until Sunday. And I'm not playing. It takes a long time for wine to get out of your bloodstream. Actively in your bloodstream at that. So if you know somebody that's into wine tasting, you might not be into this shit. You might be looking at wine tasting like, this is just an excuse to get drunk. And motherfuckers trying to act like it's just an excuse to be bougie. An excuse to be bougie. An excuse to be bougie. As if people need an excuse to be bougie. Speaking of excuses to be bougie. Have you ever known somebody that was interested and not put off by people who act bougie? I have. I'm like, so you think those cats are cool? Yeah, they're nice. They're really into a lot of good things, and they're doing, good work out here. And you're like, they bougie. Bouged out. And that's just what they are. All right. TK Wright says, can't relate directly, but I remember my family members complaining about the seeds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It wasn't. It was just weed. It was just weed. It was just weed. Ansel says, I was in Germany for 4 years. People went to Amsterdam on weekends. They did on the Eurail. I was in Amsterdam and I went to Germany one weekend. Just one weekend. Rhein-Main Air Force Base. That's where I went. In Frankfurt, Germany. Stacey says, there's nothing wrong with wine tasting. There may not be, but it doesn't pique my interest. Even when I used to drink, I thought wine, what the fuck you mean wine tasting? They tell you ain't supposed to drink it. You just supposed to taste it. So you hold the wine glass. You gotta put it between your fingers. You hold the wine glass and like swish the wine around. Like this shit, I don't know. This shit corny as hell to me. Then you drink the wine. I'm sorry. You taste the wine. You pour some in your mouth, swish it around, and they tell you that there are all of these different feelings that you're supposed to get, these sensations that you're supposed to get with the wine tasting. And I'd be wondering, like, really? Like, are y'all really feeling that? Or is this just something y'all got to do? Either way, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. C. Carey Wright says, wine definitely gets you drunk. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. And Mia says, wine will have you twisted. Carla said, they need to stop. Good amount of wine will get your ass drunk and headache for 40 days and 40. Yo, it's definitely going to last you for more than a day. Wine be having you, man. Wine be doing his numbers. Wine be doing his numbers on you. But let wine enthusiasts tell you, wine don't get you drunk. It was a drunk who told me this shit. The dude, there was this dude I went to school with, and he used to drink, and he used to drink and lie a lot. Tall tales. This motherfucker told us, hold on.
You have a call from.
This cat used to tell us, first of all, he was going around masquerading as a Navy SEAL. We graduated the same year, 88. He came to school in 88. He claims that he went in the Army first. In the Navy first, and that he was a Navy SEAL. And he used to wear this Navy SEAL, USS Navy SEAL hat, this baseball cap type of hat every day. And he used to wear, remember those muscle pants that they used to have? Muscle pants. They was like hammer pants, but hammer pants had all that stuff going on in the middle. But the muscle pants were like, they were these loose ass sweatpants looking type of thing, but they didn't look like sweatpants. They were like tapered. Was they called muscle pants? Let me hold on. Hold on, y'all. Muscle pants. Yeah. Hold on. This shit. Y'all remember that? Remember that shit? He used to wear those joints every day. Why? Because he was trying to look bigger than he was. And the shit was damn near working. So he used to drink crazy. He used to lie. And they used to call him Black Zach because his name was Zachary. And he used to talk all of this pro-black shit. But on the low, he used to fuck white girls. Now, you got to think this is 1991, 1992. And he used to lie his ass off. But he used to make it so, he tried to make himself look bigger with the muscle pants. Like he was always coming from the gym. He wasn't ever coming from no gym. And now he's the one who does the wine tasting. So I be seeing him online, you know, he like, I'm thinking about having a tasting session tonight. I'm hearing like, oh, I'm drinking tonight. What he's saying. Which wine should I choose? Does anybody want to taste some wine tonight? I'm like, this nigga here. But hey, he's into that. So dealing with somebody that's into wine tasting, dealing with somebody that's into hookah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that might not be your thing, but the way that you'll handle a situation that you're not interested in, you may be supportive of it, or you might be like, get that shit out of my face. I don't hear no more about that. Kim, what's going on, Ma? How you feeling?
Tired. Good afternoon, Urban Night.
Urban Night. So what we talking about?
Well, I just want to comment on everything you said because you described almost every damn body I know.
Wow.
So first I want to go all the way back to the beginning when you were talking about when it comes to the person you're with, having an interest in what they have an interest in. When I say about my ex, he should stay with the lady he's with because she could definitely love him more than I ever could. And I say that because she shares some of his common interests, whereas I don't. For example, he was into fishing and I supported him in it. I've always, bought him fishing poles for gifts, the really nice ones, and made sure his license was current and all those kind of things. But I'm not going out there with you to go fishing. I'm not bugs and worms and fish and stinky water. Negative. I don't know that. I am a girly girl. I don't do that shit. No. But this chick here, she'll go catch the fish, scale the fish, gut the fish, cook the fish. Baby, have at it. That's the woman he needs to be with because that's not me. So,
what do you have against fishing? Fishing is fun. What do you have against fishing? Fishing is great.
Hard pass.
So wait. Do you clean fish?
I don't barely eat fish. Oh.
You don't even eat fish?
I eat certain fish if I have a taste for it. I don't like a lot of seafood.
That fish is not seafood.
Well, I don't like a lot of fish, whatever you want to call it. I don't like a lot of fish.
Okay.
I don't want to clean fish. I don't want to look at fish. If somebody serves fish on my table with the eyes in it, I'm out. None of that works for me. I'm not into bugs, stinking ass water, worms. And I grew up around brothers and my son and his dad and uncles and the grandfather and the godfather. All these people did all this around me. Mm-hmm. No, thank you. Pass. We're good.
Okay.
However, I'll support it. Like, if that's what you want to do, I'm going to pay for you to go to any excursion you want to go to, all of the things. But I'm out.
Okay.
So I will support as long as it's something that's logical, not some weird shit. I'm going to support. Like I had dated a guy who was into Comic-Con and all that kind of stuff. And back then I was like, I don't know about this. Now, today, let's go. I want to get dressed up. Let's go do this. I'll do this with you. But back then, in my 20s, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to do this shit. I'm out. But I support you. Um, so moving forward,
Comic Con is a good one because that's
oh
not an
yeah,
easy that shit, that all that Marvel shit. Either you into that shit or you don't want nothing to do with it.
and
I'm
I am.
I'm the don't want nothing to do with it type.
Yeah, I'm
but
into it.
but I at the same time I get it. Now I can't get into that shit with you. I just can't. But I ain't going. I'm not like I
You
used to
know what's
be.
crazy? I've always been into comic books and cartoons and things like that. I grew up with a bunch of boys. I didn't have a choice in it, you know.
Mhm.
Um, However, back then, the idea of Comic Con and all that, I didn't see anybody who represented me involved in that. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy for me to be dismissive of it
You
because
will
I didn't
now.
see anybody who looked like me. But now, oh girl, let's do this. Come on, brown girl, let's do this.
Yeah, you will now.
So, and I'm here for it all. Now, and when you're talking about people in this weed thing, I remember I had a friend, and God, every conversation was about some damn weed. It was associated with everything. I remember one time this helper made some
Shit.
cupcakes. This bitch put some weed in cupcakes. And I was like, these taste nasty. She was like, no, they don't say that. They taste good, and all these taste like trash. I'm going to throw them away.
Tastes
And she
like
was so angry, like,
trash.
why would you, girl, I put weed in it, blah, blah. I was like, so you shouldn't have did that to me. Now I'm going to have to cuss your ass out. Don't do that to me ever again. And that's
Mm.
not something I'm into. So, of course, I can taste it. It tastes gross. But one day I had to, like, I'm not knocking her for what she was doing, her interest and none of that. She knew the strands and they go out of town to go to different places, to go to the dispensaries and all this kind of stuff. And she's always talking about it. But one day I just had to tell her, girl, I don't care. I don't care about none of this. I don't give a damn about the strand of purple haze and blue gobby itch your toe. I don't care about none of that. Shut up. Um, but she's so deep into it. Like she has jewelry that is made from cannabis and hemp.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always like, even right now with the whole thing with the melatonin, she's like, all you need to do is take this and wear this bracelet and you'll be able to sleep and you'll feel better and you'll get over your anxieties and da da. I'm like, girl, you are not going to mess me up. I'm good. No, thank you. Pass. I'll just drink this stuff this doctor gave this
Mm-hmm.
Ayurvedic doctor gave me with the tart cherry and magnesium and valerian. I'm past on that. And she's a really, really smart lady. So I know she knows what she's talking about. She's really into science. And maybe that's what the interest is. And she likes to get high. I don't know. But sometimes it is like, I don't care. And when it comes to wine, now, I am not a wine snob. I will go to the taste testing. And when I go, I'm not going to swirl nothing around in a glass. I'm coming to drink wine. I'm coming to slosh out
Splash out.
and drink some good wine. I don't want to spend time sniffing, twirling, swirling, none of those things. And don't put a drop in my glass. Pour me a glass of wine and let me move on to the next taste.
Mm.
I won't do all that. But I know some people who are like that, and those are people I don't like to go to any kind of wine anything with. Like if they want to go, I don't want to go. If I go to a friend's house and they're there, I don't want to be there because they get on my nerves. However, if that's what you like, that's what you like. Like as long as it's nothing insane, I'm going to support whatever it is, even if I don't like it. And if it's something that might have piqued my interest a little bit, hey, we can talk about it and I might participate.
Mm-hmm.
I'll participate at least once. and see what it's like. And if it's something I don't like any further, then I'm not going to do. Like, even with the fishing stuff, I tried it once. I was out on that. I'm like, I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, you can see the marks up and down me when I get bitten.
Okay.
No, thank you. I don't want to do that. With the weed, I wasn't interested in trying to, like I said, for my 50th, I tried a edible, and I didn't enjoy that experience at all. But there's nothing about that I'm enticed. No. The wine I'm a fan of. Like I said, I remember my son's godfather. He was like, "Let's go to laser tag," and of course, I don't know anybody in my circle who any females who'd be interested in it. But I was like, let's do it. I had a great time.
Laser tag is dope.
Paintball. Huh?
Laser tag is dope.
It is. Paintball would be cool, but it hurts, so I don't want to do that.
Paintball does hurt. Motherfucker, you see, they be playing paintball on in the movies, and you be thinking it's sweet like that. No, that shit fucks you up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I be seeing them in the movies. They got on shorts and shit. Like, you can't play no paintball and no shorts. You better cover everything with layers. Mm-hmm.
Listen, I went to paintball one time. After that first hit, I was like, hey, I'm dead and I'm not coming back. I'm going to sit over here. I don't want to play this anymore. And I had a bruise that lasted for almost a week. It hurt so bad. It's a different kind of thing. I don't want to do that.
It's different.
But I like it. But I don't want to. Yeah. I don't physically want to do it because I don't like that side of it.
Yeah, I knew people who used to go paintballing all the time.
My brother is he buys the gear, the guns, the paintballs. Mm-hmm. He is deep into the paintball thing. Like at one time, he had some kind of endorsement for shirts for the paintball world.
Mm. Yeah, a few years ago, I took my daughter to laser tag, and she won. Like, she won, and I was like, "How the fuck, yo?" Because this mathematical chick figured out how to score more than everybody else. He was like, y'all running around here shooting everybody, but the money is in the base. So you just, hit them up and go to the base, and you, because she was scoring all that. I was like, how are you scoring all these points? And I don't even see you. We barely see you. She would get her hits, boop, 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 go right to the base, cash in. And she won this shit. I was like, okay.
Right.
She played the smart way. We just trying to get motherfuckers dead. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what you think you're supposed to do.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the old head. I'm running around here, getting shot. You know what I'm saying? They was putting me out.
But it's fun. Like that the noise when you get hit, I like it. So it's cool. I like laser tag. Oh, my kid is into anime, and he tries his best to get me into it. Oh, he gets so angry because I'm like, I don't like this. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. These cartoons make no sense to me. And I enjoy a good animated event. I like cartoons. I feel watching. Like, that's my shit. But anime, I'm out on that. What are we talking about here? They make them weird noises. The girls are weird. The boys are weird. I don't like that. I'm not into the kids. Oh, it drives me crazy.
Do you remember? Do you remember Dungeons and Dragons back in the day?
I do.
Yeah, that Dungeons and Dragons. That was a weirdo heaven. But
I know a lot of people who were into it.
I knew it.
One of them was into it. He was into Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't see what they was. Now I'm taking it back to the days with the Dungeons and Dragons. It was in the box set. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is before all that online shit. I was like, how is this shit fun? I haven't figured out to this day.
Play the game.
You think they wouldn't? I mean, they was deep into that Dungeons and Dragons shit. But I mean, my man, he was into it. And he was very nerdy. But you couldn't tell him shit. And I noticed. I noticed.
I so much of that because I'm into the whole Harry Potter thing now. I even know what house I'm. House of Ravensclaw. I even know the house.
Hold on. Let me address something in the chat. We are not doing no meet and greet and no goddamn laser tag. That's number one. You know what I mean? First of all, I can see a bunch of fucked up knees, twisted ankles. You know what I'm saying? And messed up shoulders. Huh?
That's gonna happen. Everybody back gonna hurt. You don't need some big game. Some of them patches.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of them patches that Shaquille is over. We don't need all that. Probably won't be a show for about 2 weeks.
There's certain things that there are certain things that at our age probably aren't a good thing to do without prepping. Like
just be a slow version of laser tag.
Like a pickup game of basketball. I can see ER full of us. You know what I mean? A convoy to the ER. I don't know if I'm ever gonna walk again. I re-dislocated my hip. I gotta get surgery.
Well, what? Don't forget, it'll be a few who wouldn't show up because all they did was wake up and roll over in the bed. Got injured, so don't forget that part.
The stakes are just high nowadays. It ain't sweet like it used to be. We ain't doing no meet and greet, no goddamn laser tag. Y'all can forget that shit.
We are people of a certain age.
Y'all need to start off with something. Y'all need to start off with something safe, like a cafe.
Yeah. And even in that, you gotta be mindful of what you get at the cafe. That's dangerous in and of itself. When people like, I can't have coffee with cream in it? No. I'm not playing that game today.
TK right talking about some old fogies. TK right talking about some old fogies. Shit. Listen, I can do this. I can do this because I'm active. Motherfuckers ain't ready for that shit. Yeah, I mean, when was the last time the majority of us even ran a block? Could you make it? Could you make it running from one end of your block to the other? Because I know you ain't did it in a minute.
I don't even think I could make it walk in the block.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I grew up walking from one side of town to the next. It takes us about 3 hours. We walk from one side of town to the next. I'm not walking a block right now. A block?
Listen,
no.
It's something like laser tag. I could see nothing. I mean, call me extra cautious. But first of all, somebody is not going to understand where laser tag is played. And you got motherfuckers that's scared of the dark. So that's going to go left. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
And people who can't see in the dark.
Can't see.
With the glasses on.
Can't see. Scared of the dark. All them lasers going on. You know what I mean? Start triggering motherfuckers like they what do you call them? The Desert Storm vets or some shit like that. You know what I mean? We start having flashbacks of Afghanistan and shit. It ain't. Dipples D said, okay, let's just play bingo. That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea. You know what I mean? There's more strategy to bingo than motherfuckers give credit to. Bingo, tic-tac-toe.
Bingo might be a little too racy for some. What you say? What number did they just say? You not gonna tell me the number? Oh, okay.
Like I said,
Okay.
bingo ain't sweet like people think it is. Big for seniors, bingo is the chess, not checkers. Yeah, I mean, you better recognize.
Do you know them senior people are cutthroat? I've been to bingo with the seniors multiple times, and
Bingo shit real.
They are cutthroat. I remember when I was volunteer with the seniors, and I called bingo. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore because I got cussed out about 50 times today.
Bingo
now,
shit
everybody's grandparents, and I'm not cussing them back, but I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, Miss Gladys. Cause you're not a nice lady. No, bingo is cutthroat with them people. You
get a bird's eye view of how Miss Gladys used to be when she was younger. You know what I mean? You saw her say like,
Cause I think Miss Gladys was a bitch back in the day.
As you get,
hey baby, how you doing? No, I'll help her.
Bingo ain't sweet. Bingo.
No, it's not.
Carla, thank you for being honest.
Come in with a different kind of strategy. You see how they have about 50 dabber things and 200 cards.
Mm-hmm.
No, they need all this space. They have all the charms. I'm not playing bingo ever with the seniors. Bingo, I'm not playing spades with the old heads. I'm not doing none of the shit with the old people. Because they're going to turn you into 5 years old and you want to go take a nap fucking with them. I'm out. No. See how I don't have that in common? And I support it, but I'm not participating in none of them activities.
There's a big difference. There's a big difference between kids bingo, which is bingo, that shit ain't the same for them goddamn seniors, boy. You would think they mortgages was on the line.
Right.
And I'm not sure if it's not. I'm not sure that it's not.
I play poker, and poker is not as cutthroat as bingo. You would think poker would be the one. No, it's fucking bingo with the seniors.
Bingo is the game that's easy to play, but that serious players make hard. They make you thinking that like they call a number out, you get all of the numbers, you win. You find out by going there, it's not as simple as that. you might win and lose at the same time.
I have seen the seniors get into a fight at a bingo game, and I'm like, wait a minute now. Let me call your grandchildren because y'all doing too much. This is not. I'm calling your kids and grandkids because here, this is not happening. No, you can't hit people with your walker. No.
Whew. Carla said, when I did bingo at a senior center, they be mean mugging. If you repeat a number, they come to slay, not play.
You are correct.
I've been to bingo
100%.
before. Bingo ain't sweet. You come in there like you thought it was sweet. It's not sweet. It's not sweet, man. So yeah, but yeah, there are a lot of things that other people might really be into, that you might not have no interest in, but you may be able to find it in your heart or in your interest level to at least try it out. And I think it's good to be supportive in that way. But what do you do in a situation where somebody insists that you show more interest in something that you have no interest in? What happens then?
Well, things kind of get ugly. They just take a turn for the worse. Because if I tell you I don't like it, don't keep trying to make me do it. Because it's not going to go well.
Okay, let me give you a scenario like this. Let's say you and a man that you was involved with. Let's say he was. What are some unorthodox interests that somebody could be into? Let's say he was into, I don't know, maybe coin collecting. Coin collecting. Now, you may have nothing against coin collecting, you know what I mean? But you know, he might be the type that wants to go to conventions and whatever. He's looking at it like, well, this is an opportunity for us to be together. You know, we can go to conventions together, be together, you know, and make a little staycation out of it or whatever. And you might be so against the well, you know what? Let me roll it back a little bit because you know, you start talking about staycations. Anybody gonna be with that? Maybe not to that degree, but maybe they were so much into the whole coin collection thing, coin collecting thing, that they really wanted you to be into it with them, because maybe their conversations centered around the coin collecting. They trying to show you, oh, look at this one, and this one is from 1840 something, and this one, you know, this is the John Wilkes Booth coin. You know, he paid to get into the into the theater when when he shot Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? So he might be so deep into the shit that he's like, damn, babe, you know, I'm into the coin collecting thing, and I'm really, you know, getting big, and I'm getting recognized. And you're not, you know, you would think that at least you would come to the convention with me, or you know, help me out with something, blah 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 blah, or when my birthday come around, get me a coin or something like that. And you might be like, but that's your thing. I don't want to be dismissive of it, but that's your thing. You know, you're a coin collector. I'm not a coin collector. Why I gotta collect coins? Because you collect coins. So what?
Well, like I said, I would support it. And I might attend a few events with you, but I'm not going to go to every single one. But definitely, I would support. Like if your birthday came, you know, I'm going to go out of my way to try to find what appeases to you, what goes with, you know, with what your interest is, for your birthday or holiday, Christmas or whatever. But if it's not my thing, after a while, I'm just gonna let it look, babe, I love you, and this is what you do, but this is not of interest to me. However, I'll go to a couple of the events with you, but you're gonna make me go to sleep. So this is not working for me. Like, but I support you in it. And if you need me to help with something, I'll help with something. But I don't have an interest in it, because I wouldn't expect them to have full interest in everything I'm interested in. So like AI is my thing. There's a whole bunch of guys who I have a conversation with, and they are clueless, nor are they interested. So,
look at this shit here. Tori 2200 said, my dad used to collect coins, and my aunts took the rare coins and bought ice cream from the ice cream truck. He was mad about that till his passing.
Man, my grandmother collected coins.
Like they did what? Yo.
My mother's sister came and took all of them with her trash self. And I remember when we were kids, I had taken one of my grandmother's coins and tried to go get ice cream with it. But she caught it just in time.
Well,
somebody's going to get the big payback.
What can happen? What can happen sometimes is that, you know, you support a few times. Like you know, let's say you gave it a good shot, and they may have mistaken your giving it a good shot to, oh, now you're into it too. And
we're going to have the conversation in the beginning. If I don't like it, I'm going to say, this really ain't something I like, but I'll try it with you. And then I'll tell you after that if I still like it or not. Like if I still don't like it or not. And I'll tell you, I don't really care about this, but I mean, if you like it, I'm going to support you. It's just that simple. Like I said, it's got to be something that makes sense and logical. Like if you into cocaine, we definitely can't talk. Like that's your shit. Good luck with that. And bye.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it can be tough. It can be tough because being accommodating to somebody, you know, you want to see them happy, you want to, and you may want to learn. You want to be open to certain things or whatever, but some things just don't stick with you. Some things just don't. They're not. It's not your shit. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, like
That's a good part of a relationship, having different interests.
it can be, until somebody expects more from you than you can give. Like
Mm-hmm.
like men or women who are like still into WWE wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like at a certain point in your life, that just might not be like, I'm not watching that shit. Like as much as I used to love wrestling growing up and all of that shit, you couldn't get me.
I do too.
You know what I mean? You couldn't get me to watch that shit because now I know it's fake and scripted, and I can't get into this shit. It's like a soap opera. Like I already know how it's going to end. Like I miss those days when there was some kind of air of authenticity to it.
Yeah, it's a show now. There's no sportsmanship to it now.
It's ridiculous.
It's just like the National Football League. It's about sponsorships and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, but you might find yourself hooked up with somebody that's really into it. They want
people who used to watch back in the day, and they still into it now. I'm like, all right, I'll talk to you later.
Listen, I really liked it up until, well into my teenage years, but the more commercial it got, the cornier it got for me. And every few years, I would revisit it. So when I was in college, I got back into it again when The Undertaker came out. Because I think The Undertaker came out like around 1990, 1991 or some shit like that. But I was really digging this. Yeah, I was really digging his character. I was like, this is so dope. You know what I mean? The whole Paul Bearer thing. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, yeah. So I was fucking with it. Left it alone again because it started, the storylines got predictable and it was corny. And then I got into it again when I was about 30. Yeah, this had to be around 2000, 2001 with the WCW, because they made their wrestlers, use their real names instead of character names and all of that shit. And to me, their wrestlers, their style of wrestling was better than the WWE, because WWE was all about the characters. It was like watching a comic book. You know what I mean? Like, oh, shit corny. But then WCW phased out when they couldn't compete with the WWE anymore, and then they got bought out. So that killed me for good as far as wrestling is concerned. So, but I've had
Glow.
Remember that shit? Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
The Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Remember Hollywood and Vine? What was some of the other names? I was like, this shit is fucking crazy. That shit was, I was like, this shit here. Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. What was some of the other names of those chicks? Hold on. Let me.
I used to love Glow. We used to love it. Well, we were into wrestling a lot. We used to have all the events. We'd get the pay-per-view, all of that. And then one day I was like, you know what? I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
Who was the one lady? Princess Jasmine, and remember Ricky from wrestling? I think he was WWF, and his wife was what was it? Tia Zadora, a butterfly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my stuff back then.
Let me see.
And having something in common too with a person is good. It makes the relationship no matter what type it is, good. Even when it's not, I have friends who are deep into going to the casino. That's not, I like going, don't get me wrong, but not like that. I don't want to go all the time. I don't need to go 15 times a month, like once a year, once every other year or something is good for me. Because I'm not really into gambling like that. Like I play poker, that's my thing. But I'm not even into that a lot. So but I know people who are deep into it and they spend a lot of time talking about gambling and the slot machines and how to do the numbers and all that. And I'm like, oh, I don't care.
Okay. Speaking of money though, what about when somebody is really into something that you have no interest in? Would you be willing to still finance that thing that they're into? Now, there might be situations where you kind of have to, like in the case with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They might be into some extracurricular activities at school or whatever. And, you got to get them there, pick them up, buy supplies and
Pay
stuff.
for equipment.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Equipment,
Mm-hmm.
uniform. Because my kid was in one weird year, he decided, hey, I want to play lacrosse. And I'm like, we don't even know what that is. Like, I do. So, okay. So I start asking questions. I was like, lacrosse is expensive.
It is.
Sure.
All of those European type sports. Yeah. All of those like they do. All of those sports like, lacrosse, cricket, things like that. They cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Tennis is expensive as shit.
Yep. That's another one.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you can just go buy a racket, but you're not gonna get good at it. You need lessons. So
them lessons cost too. So yes, I would finance. Like if it's my kid, of course, as a mom, as a parent, you finance these things that you're like, oh my God, I'm going to take out another mortgage to pay for this. But because you want your kid to stay active and do the things they do, keep them out of trouble, you will finance it for the most part. If you can, you do the best you can to do that. Mm-hmm. With a partner or mate, I'd like to say no, but that wouldn't be true because, again, my ex was into fishing and I wasn't, but I still was like, okay, let me get him this really nice pole that I know he was watching on whatever show. I heard him say he wanted this pole. So now I'm going to look for that pole and it's pricey, but I still got it. Mm-hmm. So those kind of things, yes, I would, because that still doesn't take away from your interest. If I don't, you're still going to have the interest. And again, we don't have to have the same interest for us to be together.
Right.
Because I'm sure, like, he would fund things that he was. My thing is spoken word. He wasn't into that, but he would go to open mic with me sometimes to be supportive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
that's another one. Spoken word. Spoken word. Mm-hmm. Spoken word. You either really you really like it or you don't. You know what I mean? It's not like you might be okay. All right, it may not be that black and white because you might be able to stomach it for a little while. Like, all right. Like you go to a spoken word event, and you be like, yo, they really be talking that shit, but it might not be something that you want to do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I first started doing comedy, spoken word was a big thing, and there were a lot of promoters putting comedians and spoken word dudes together. So, I used to have to listen to a lot of that. And a lot of it was very, very repetitive. And you got to think that comedy is very repetitive too. They don't be comedians don't be having new jokes every time you see them. They do they set. So, we really got to know a lot of the spoken word dudes, the ones that were just coming up and the ones that were that were established and get money. But yeah, I wasn't into it. As much as I like poetry and much as I like, rapping and all that kind of shit, but the spoken word shit, it was a vibe. And it wasn't really my vibe. And don't get me wrong. I only say that it wasn't my vibe because to me, it like a lot of the dudes that was doing it was corny. And the vibe was a little bit corny because it seemed so scripted. The whole scene, the whole vibe, it was just like, oh yeah, does it have to be set up like this for the spoken word shit? You know what I mean? Like, just the way they set the chairs up and, the candles. I'm like, oh, God, give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? But so it was one of those things where you could, if you know somebody that's really into it, you might be down to go to a few of they shows on the here and then, but it might not be something that you want to do all the time. You might not understand why somebody wants to do that shit all the time. Like, y'all either talking about revolution or y'all talking about fucking. That's literally what most of the spoken word was about. Either they talking that sexy shit or they talking that revolutionary shit. It's like, can't y'all, y'all should talk about shopping sometimes or some shit like that. Like mix it up a little bit. It was literally the same shit all the time. It was literally the same shit all the time. Okay. Oh shit. Mia says my boys were into squash. They loved it. One even went to Boston and England to play. It's not something I would get into, but I definitely went along, supported, and financed. Yeah, I mean, because the likelihood that we grew up around squash, not that high. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that you can't get into it. And for him to have participated in it to that degree, I could see like maybe even you having an interest at some point, like, well, let me see what this shit is about. You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting that good at it, as a parent, of course, you're going to be thrust into it in some way.
Just parents, you always into. I remember my kid was into track, and I had a long day at work, and I came to pick him up. He was like, "Oh, Mom, we got a track meet today." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we're out there, and I'm thinking we'll be done about 9 or 10. I wrap up and go home. It's 10 o'clock, it's 11 o'clock, it's midnight. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? And then they said something about citywide track meet. I'm like, what in the hell is this? Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. We still at this track thing. So, okay, this is a setup, but that's just part of the process. You become a parent. And you want to keep them out of the streets and off of stuff. You just, whatever they want to do. It's always some stuff that you're like, now, who did you know did this? Because where we grew up, nobody did this. Like squash, lacrosse, you would have never heard of things. And congratulations, Mia. Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, being closely involved with somebody or, caring about something that somebody else cares about is not a small thing. It's not a small thing. It's not something that you would even want to, it's not something that I would think that anybody would want to minimize or minimalize, but hey, sometimes you just not there. You just ain't there with it. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to be more into this thing, but just can't do it. Everything ain't for everybody, but it doesn't mean that you have to necessarily be dismissive of it or overly critical of it. And not everybody understands that.
Conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay to have the conversation too. To just say, "Hey, I'm not really into this, but because you are, I'll show interest in it, or I'll support you in it." Yeah.
I think that's the least you could do. You know what I mean? Don't let them come back to you and be like, well, you knew I was doing this thing, I was trying to do this thing, and you ain't even help, or you wasn't there, and blah blah blah. And especially when it comes to kids, because they gonna come back with the you weren't there, you were never there for me, you was never there.
Yeah, you don't receive it. You do not get to do that with kids at all. That's a different. That's a different kind of something. As a parent, you have to deal with a lot of stuff. Like my kid, he had to take Latin, and so that involved a lot of stuff. I'm like, I can't help him with this. But
heavy, deep. All right, let's get out of here.
Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll do these.
Have a good one, everyone.
All right, thanks for coming through, Kim. I appreciate you.
Sure.
All right.
Later, peace.
All right, y'all. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious October 4th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, David A. Matthews Sr. Happy birthday to you. And also Tammy Tamika and Matthias Haroon and Saran Page, Kamara Paulding McGee, Bilal Kayam, Gigi Juanina Walker, Minor Tony, Kyrie Minor, KD Barnett, Carrie Batista, my baby brother Roy Lark, and last but not least, Gail and Haley. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious October 4th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, well, everything ain't for everybody, but when you know somebody who is doing that thing that they're really into, and that thing is really that thing, or should I say, that thing is really their thing, well, we can all show a little grace. We can all show a little interest, even if we are totally uninterested. Like, that ain't it, Chief. I don't know what you gonna do, but I can't do that with you. We can all give something a shot one time, as long as it doesn't hurt us, harm us, or put us in any grave danger. You know what I'm saying? And we probably owe that not only to that person that we care about, but we probably owe it to ourselves, to keep our horizons broadened and expanded. So let's do that every now and then, if it's within reason. Now, somebody keeps getting all on you about not being all in with something that you really didn't want to be in at all about, well, then that's something they have to deal with. Your struggle, everybody's struggle can't be yours. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. We possibly will have a show tomorrow. The Eagles game is at 1:00, so it ain't gonna happen then. And it's a home game, so I gotta go. So possibly when I get home, we might be able to hook up a little something. But We'll talk about it then. Until then, if I don't see y'all tomorrow, I'll see y'all on Monday. And if I don't see y'all on Monday, then I see y'all on a fun day. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I get back with y'all. Y'all have a great, great Saturday. Be safe out there.